Welcome everybody, it's Talon, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the new weapon crafting system inside Infinite Warfare's multiplayer and how you actually get to it. You actually have to go to Quartermaster. One thing before I actually continue, I want to apologize if there's any cracking in the audio for my audio. It's because I'm using this weird recorder, but it's the only one I can use right now, so I do apologize for that if there is any. But back to what I was saying, is the only way to actually unlock your weapon crafting area, you have to actually go to Quartermaster, which is kind of the new black marketplace, except there's more. So you ignore these supply drops, I'll talk about that in a separate video, but you just go to the armory for now, and there's going to be something called a prototype lab. There's also this thing, but of course we'll come back to that in just a bit. But first things first, let's look at this prototype lab. And as you guys can see, there's all the different variants of guns you can be buying, and there's one for every class or subclass, whatever they're called, and you can look through them, and there's the common, there's a rare, there's a legendary, then there's an epic. So there's all the different versions of the same gun. As you guys can see, they actually cost some salvage, and I would like to talk more about salvage inside this video, but since the beta's been down for so long, I can't really find out how hard or how easy it is to get salvage in the first place. But you're going to be buying it with salvage and not anything like keys, because that's separate, and I'll talk about that in a separate video. But salvage is only used to buy with different variants of the guns or different rarities of the gun, not any other thing, not supply drops or anything like that. So I'll show you guys an image from a video Call of Duty released yesterday, and as you guys can see, you can see all the different prices for the different guns that are actually there, or the different versions or whatever you want to call them of the gun. So the common version is actually going to cost you 200, the rare version is going to cost you 540, then the legendary is going to cost you 1,600, then the epic is going to cost you 3,500, and that epic one looks pretty darn expensive. So hopefully it's not that hard to get salvage. I'm hoping it's not, because that'd been kind of a troll if it's really hard to get this stuff. So hopefully it's not. Of course, when I actually play the beta more, when the servers are actually working, I'll actually update you guys on that in a separate video and tell you what I think about it. So as you guys can see, let me just read you off a couple of them just for you guys can get an idea of what they all do and everything, what it does to actually upgrade your gun. And I can't read you all of them. As you guys can see, there's a whole bunch of them, and that would be just way too much to read off. So we'll just stick to this first NV4. So as you guys can see, the common version gives you a stockpile and increases your ammo, and what's really cool, it actually stacks with extended mag or whatever it is. Of course, we'll see that in just a second. With the rare version, we have the sensor, damage caused targets to Musho on mini maps, so that's really cool. Then readiness, reload faster when mag is empty, stacks with dexterity. So see, it's always going to stack no matter what the new ability is. And this is really interesting. I'll come back to this in just a second, but as you guys can see, it has a nuclear, and if you guys know what a nuclear is, then you guys would know, but just to explain what everybody is, I'll just read it for you guys right here. A nuclear, a 25 player kill streak, earns a pretty much just it's called a detonator osmite. I can't speak right now, but anyways, it just kills everybody on the map, all the enemies on the map, of course. So it'll pretty much just end the game. But the thing is, you can only get it with the legendary variant of this gun. So of course we'll come back to that. And of course, stability, we have reduced recoil, and this will also stack with foregrip. But one other thing I want to point out before we move on to epic is, you guys can see there's actually a +4 to accuracy on the stats, so that's pretty interesting, and we haven't seen that since Advanced Warfare. So, but now looking at the elite version, we actually have precision, infinite range. Oh my gosh, that's just insane. We have infinite range on a gun. That's so wow. But anyways, focus, reduce idle sway while aiming down sights, and to stack with focus like that, just oh my gosh, that'd be just so insane. Just put foregrip, and just this epic version, you could be shooting people all the way from the other side of the world and you'd be hitting them. That's insane, and the damage will be full. Actually, that's what range is. It's not really with accuracy. That's more with the damage that actually does at the range. So anyways, that doesn't matter. So one other thing I want to show you guys before we move on from these is, actually, if you look at this submachine gun right here, you guys can actually see it's RPD EVO, and as you guys can see, it's RPV whatever I just said it right here until you get to epic, and actually changes what gun it is. So that's super interesting. So you can see the epic version is actually the Ripper, and for the people who don't know, the Ripper is actually a gun from Call of Duty Ghosts. So it looks like they're going to bring back some older guns like that too, so that's pretty cool. I'm not too sure how much people like it, but it looks really cool. And I forgot to mention, I said I was going to come back to this, but the nuclear. So one thing I noticed is that only one gun for every subclass, so assault rifle, submachine gun, and light machine gun, and all the sniper rifles, only one for every subclass actually gets it. So only the NV4 for assault rifles actually has the nuclear, as you guys can see as I scroll through this, only that one does. But then submachine guns, we don't have all submachine guns unlocked right now. I'll unlock those whenever I can. I'll probably not show you guys, but you guys are going to have to trust me for the submachine guns, because there's 2 more submachine guns that actually pop up here. And of course they won't pop up here until you get a high enough level to actually unlock them. So just want to point that out. But anyways, moving to light machine guns, we can actually see this one doesn't, but this one does. Then we have a sniper rifle, same thing, just only one of them. And of course with the same thing with shotgun, and same thing with the handgun. So I'm pretty sure that's how it's going to work. That's just what it seems so far. I can't promise you anything or confirm anything, but that just seems that's how it looks like to me, at least how it's going to work. But I believe that's about it for these. But I want to actually go back to this mission team depot. And as you guys can see, and I should kind of explain this first, but as you guys can see, there's actually some more guns you can be unlocking. And I'm not too sure. So as you guys can see, there's different levels on this. So you just have to rank up in levels. But there's certain things you have to rank up in. And as you guys can see, there's a little skull thing with lightning coming out of its mouth. Obviously, you'll see that in top right corner also. And what you're going to actually have to do, you have to actually be a specific team, I guess. I'm not too sure. Here, let me show you. I think there's a better thing over here. Mission teams, yes. So you have the JTV Wolves. Excuse me, I can't talk right now. But anyways, you just have to upgrade with these guys, and then you'll be, as you guys can see, I'm a level 3 right now. And then when I continue doing that, where was it? Okay, right here, I'll be able to unlock these guns. So that is really cool. So even if I don't use my salvage on these guns, I'm pretty much just going to be leveling up and getting these ones too. So this one is just so cool. Just a level 30. I don't think it's difficult, because as you guys can see, I'm a level 3 with my team rank, but I'm also a level 3 with my normal rank. So I think it's going to just be leveling up as you level up with your normal account, I guess. I think that's how it's going to work. As you guys can see, there's going to be more for the other team. I don't know what they're called right now. But one last thing I want to point out before I end this video is actually going back to these mission teams. Not only do we have these 2 teams, but we actually have 2 other ones that will be available in full game, as you guys can see. So I can't wait to see. So that means back here, let's go back real quick, and as you guys can see, there's only 2, and there's 2 teams, so that means we're going to have 4 weapons for those each of those teams. So well, it's the same weapon except with different variants. So that's going to be adding more guns, and then we have 2 more teams, so we're going to have 2 more sets of these. So that's just so cool. I think this idea is so cool. This mission this is just a mission team. I say that backwards. I say team mission for some weird reason. So if I did say that, I do apologize. But it's just so cool. I'm really liking these, and I'll make a separate video talking about these supply drops, because I just opened one. I'm pretty sure I have a really good understanding of them, but I want to hold off on them because there might be something different about them. But that's about it for this video. If you guys did enjoy this video, I do apologize if I'm talking kind of fast. It's just that it's just really hot in this room. I apologize. So anyways, if you guys did enjoy this video, and if you guys want to stay tuned for more videos like this, well, more Infinite Warfare multiplayer, maybe, well, pretty much Infinite Warfare anything. So if you want to stay tuned for any of that, go ahead and subscribe. But I'm going to go, and I will catch you guys on my next video.